Hello students, welcome to Verma's Chemistry. This video is about limiting reagent. The reagent which gets consumed completely and limits the amount of product formed is called as limiting reagent. In a chemical reaction, if the amounts of reactants given are not as per the Balanced equation, means one of the reactant is given in less amount and another reactant is given in excess amount. In such case, the reactant which gets consumed completely and limits the amount of product is called as limiting reagent. For example, in a balanced equation of C plus O2 gives CO2, 1 mole of carbon combines with 1 mole of oxygen to give 1 mole of carbon dioxide. Mass of 1 mole of carbon is 12 grams. 1 mole of oxygen mass is 32 grams and 1 mole of carbon dioxide mass is 44 grams. So 12 grams of carbon combines with 32 grams of oxygen and will give you 44 grams of carbon dioxide. This is as per the balanced equation. But suppose instead of 12 grams of carbon, if we take 16 grams carbon and it is mixed with 32 grams of oxygen, then can we get 48 grams of carbon dioxide? As per law of conservation of mass, we know that in a chemical reaction, the total mass of products formed is equal to the total mass of reactants involved in the reaction. Here we are taking 16 grams of carbon, 32 grams of oxygen. Total mass of reactants is 48 grams. So shall we get the same 48 grams of carbon dioxide? Answer is no. Why? 32 grams oxygen can exactly combine with 12 grams of carbon as per the balanced equation, not 16 grams. Means there is 4 grams extra carbon has been given. Out of 16 grams, only 12 grams of carbon can combine with 32 grams of oxygen. Means carbon is given in excess. So oxygen is the limiting reagent. So oxygen will be consumed completely. 32 grams oxygen combines with 12 grams of carbon. So 4 grams of carbon left over. So oxygen is getting consumed completely. So it is the limiting reagent. Suppose if we mix now 12 grams of carbon with 36 grams of oxygen, once again the same question, will you get 48 grams of carbon dioxide? No, you will get only 44 grams. Why? As per the balanced equation, 12 grams carbon can exactly combine with 32 grams of oxygen. But here 36 grams of oxygen has been given. So 4 grams excess is there. So oxygen is excess reagent. These 12 grams of carbon will be consumed completely. It combines with 32 grams of oxygen. So it consumes completely. So carbon is the limiting reagent. And to solve this kind of problems on limiting reagent, first we need to calculate the amount of product that can be formed from each of the reactant. Suppose if 2 reactants we have in a reaction, from the first reactant how much amount of product will be formed, and from the second reactant how much amount of product will be formed. We need to find out how much amount of product will be formed from the each of the reactant, and the reactant which gives you less amount of product is the limiting reagent. The reactant which gives you less amount of product is the limiting reagent. If we need to find out how much of the excess reagent left over, So one of the reagent is limiting reagent, the other reagent will be excess reagent. Excess reagent won't be consumed completely, so some amount of excess reagent will left over after the completion of the reaction. So how much of this is left over? To find that, we need to find the amount of the reagent which combines with the amount of limiting reagent given, and then subtract the amount from the starting amount of excess reagent given. Extra amount of reagent is given, from that only certain amount of substance is involved in the reaction, so subtract that amount from the actual amount of excess reagent given. You will see one example. 10 moles of SO2 and 4 moles of oxygen are mixed in a closed container. Then what happens? SO2 combines with oxygen and will give you SO3. As per the balanced equation, 2 moles of SO2 combines with 1 mole of oxygen and give you 2 moles of SO3. If you observe this, we have a particular relation. Number of moles of SO2, number of moles of SO3 are same. Means if 1 mole of SO2 is involved in the reaction, you will get 1 mole of SO3. If 10 moles of SO2 is involved in the reaction, you should get 10 moles of SO3. Right? In the same way, the relation between number of moles of oxygen and number of moles of SO3 is number of moles of SO3 formed will be double to number of moles of oxygen involved in the reaction. Right? So what are the number of moles of SO2 and oxygen has been given? 10 moles of SO2, 4 moles of O2. Okay, when 10 moles of SO2 is involved in the reaction, how many moles of SO3 you will get? Already we have seen the relation. Number of moles of SO3 formed should be equal to number of moles of SO2. So 10 moles of SO3 will be formed as per the balanced equation if all 10 moles of SO2 is involved in the reaction. Next, when you come to oxygen, you got 4 moles of oxygen, and as per the balanced equation, number of moles of oxygen involved in the reaction will give you double the number of moles of SO3. So 4 moles of oxygen will give you 8 moles of SO3 as per the balanced equation. So now you see which reagent is giving less number of moles of products, less amount of product. Oxygen is giving only 8 moles of SO3, while SO2 is giving 10 moles of SO3. So the reagent which gives less amount of product and which limits the amount of product is the limiting reagent. So O2 is the limiting reagent in this case. Got it? So 4 moles of O2 combines with 8 out of 10 moles of SO2. Even though you got 10 moles of SO2 given, out of it only 8 moles of SO2 combines with oxygen and will give you 8 moles of SO3. So how many excess number of moles of SO2 you have? 2 moles. So these 2 moles of SO2 will be left over in the reaction. And if you take one more example, 1 gram of magnesium is burnt in a vessel containing 0.5 grams of oxygen. 1 gram magnesium is burnt in a vessel containing 0.5 grams of oxygen. The balanced equation in a reaction between magnesium and oxygen is 2 moles of magnesium combines with 1 mole oxygen to give 2 moles of magnesium oxide. Even here also you can see number of moles of magnesium involved in the reaction, number of moles of magnesium oxide formed in the reaction will be same, and number of moles of magnesium oxide formed should be double to number of moles of oxygen. What is the mass of 2 moles of magnesium? Magnesium atomic mass is 24. So mass of 2 moles of magnesium is 48 grams. What is the mass of 1 mole of O2? Its gram molecular mass 32 grams. What is the mass of 2 moles of magnesium? Twice to gram molecular mass. Gram molecular mass of magnesium oxide is 40, and as 2 moles of magnesium oxide is getting formed, it should be 80 grams. So what should be the relation now? 48 grams of magnesium combines with 16 grams of oxygen and will give you 80 grams of magnesium oxide. But what is the mass of magnesium given? Only 1 gram. So from 1 gram of magnesium, you will get 1.25 grams of magnesium oxide. In the relation we have seen, 48 grams of magnesium will give you 80 grams of magnesium oxide. So 1 gram magnesium can give how much? If you find it out, then you will get 1.25 grams of magnesium oxide. Then come to oxygen. Once again, as per the balanced equation, 32 grams of oxygen is able to give 80 grams of magnesium oxide. Now 0.5 grams of oxygen can give how much? If you find it out, you will get 1.875 grams. So which reactant is giving less amount of product, limited amount of product? Magnesium. So magnesium is the limiting reagent. One gram magnesium can react with 0.33 grams of oxygen. Once again the relation, 48 grams magnesium is able to react with 32 grams of oxygen. But magnesium mass given is 1 gram. This 1 gram can react with how much oxygen? You will get 0.33 grams. But what is the mass of oxygen given? 0.5. Out of 0.5, if only 0.33 grams of oxygen is involved in the reaction, then what is the amount of oxygen left over? 0.17 grams. So this is all about limiting reagent. Thank you.